Hey you guys, and welcome to today's Pretty Ninja Breakdown. We're going to be taking a look at a brand new game called Tannenberg. So to give you the breakdown, we are going to be breaking this game down into 5 sections. We'll first take a look at the menu and UI systems. Now before you start this game, please make sure that your headphones or your speakers are actually at a very low volume. The reason being is that for some reason the master volume and the music volume in this game is absolutely enormous. It is so loud. I highly recommend that you turn them both down before you actually continue on with the game. Other than that, from what we can see here, the layout is actually incredibly clean and simple. You've got your accounts tab to view your progress and your current ranking and how many kills you've got and so on and so forth. Just like any other typical game, as well as you can actually see which guns you have broken down in and which medals you have won. For you achievement hunters out there, there's also an achievements tab for you. Also on this game, there is no server browser. It's a very simple one click, choose a map, it will chuck you in a game. Very, very nice and simple. Once we get into the game, you can see that the spawn system is very, very similar to any old Battlefield game, where you can select your spawn points depending on what capture point that you've got, or whether you wish to spawn on your squad. And once we're actually in the game, the actual layout of the UI, to the bullets to the bottom right hand corner and map in the top left corner, are very, very clear and easy to understand. So we rate this section a very positive 9 out of 10. All they need to do is just tweak down them decibel levels on the music on the main menu. The next section is graphics. The game is incredibly detailed, guys. It is so detailed. For a non-AAA title game, honestly, I think it does put a few other games to shame. The detail of the forest, of the map that we played, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was absolutely stunning. However, it does make it incredibly difficult to see your opponents, and that can be a little bit of a letdown, but at the same time, if you play your game right, it makes perfect sense for you. Another thing about this game that I really wanted to get into is that I have this clip here of where I'm on a machine gun's nest. I'm just going to be quiet now and I'm going to play this video. I want you to listen out for the man that's gargling to the right hand side of me.
Немецкие пушки наши!
Now you tell me a game, and I seriously mean this, put this in the comments below, you tell me a game that if you get shot in a certain body part, you hear someone gargling that extreme. That is so authentic, well, from what I could imagine possibly being on the front lines. God forbid that kind of situation ever happens again. But seriously, that is amazing. Like, that is so good. So again, I can't really find much of a fault when it comes to the graphics and the sound of this game. It gives a much better, intense feel than most other games out there. So we're going to give this section a 9 out of 10. Now, the next section is the main one, gameplay. Now, obviously, whatever game we play, we want the gameplay to be absolutely awesome. You could have the best looking game in the world, but it could be absolutely So, how does Tannenberg do? Well, it starts off a little bit slow, and I don't mean that in the action rate, I mean that your character is slow. Even when you are sprinting, it feels like you're doing a very light jog on Call of Duty. It is so slow, guys. If you're watching this from H2K and Blackmail Games, please just speed it up a little bit. I understand that authentically they didn't really run that much in World War I, but seriously, guys, it's slow. How else can I say it? But I suppose that's probably only the real kind of negative in this game. Other than that, the squad create is very easy to sort out. So if you and 4 friends wish to team up, it's very easy to do so. And if you have no friends that have this game, like me, you can quite easily create a squad and it will auto-fill that squad for you, so you're always playing with someone. If not, Tannenberg will add in bots to fill up your squad. Another thing I love is that it's a one-shot kill, and this is not a hardcore game. This is whatever game you go in on Tannenberg is always a one-shot kill. It is so nice to play a game that's like this. Obviously you need to remember that that's also happening to you. You're not invincible, so you will be running along like this and get nailed like this. So obviously it's best of both worlds, but personally I love it. However, I know again this is in beta, but the spawn system, when you actually land, make sure that you are covering your ass. Spawn kills are incredibly easy to fall into this game. So either make sure that you spawn away from a point that's being captured, or if you are going to spawn into a point, be ready to fight, because trust me, the moment you walk out of that door, you're dead. So the gameplay is pretty damn decent. The speed for me is a bit too slow on the character. It needs to be improved. And also the game is a little bit jolty. I am reminding myself that this is in beta, but we're actually only going to give this section a 7 out of 10. So the fourth section is dependent on whether it's a multiplayer or a single player game. So because it's a multiplayer game, we are using game modes. Now there are 3 in Tannenberg as we speak right now. There's maneuvers, which is essentially conquest from battlefield. You have rifle deathmatch, which is essentially, well, rifle deathmatch. And you also just have attrition, which is all out team deathmatch. The only issue being is that this is still currently in beta. So that game mode, you've all got rifles anyway, so you might as well play rifle deathmatch. I can't really go into much more detail than that, guys. There's 3 modes. One's Conquest from Battlefield. If you've never played Battlefield before, where on earth have you been? But otherwise, I really hope they bring back Frontlines game mode from Verdun. I really liked that mode, so I'm gonna have to score this low, guys. So sorry, I know you're in beta, but I'm gonna have to give you a 5 out of 10 for this. And the last section is just pure problems. No matter what area of the game that there is a problem, whether it's a scoreboard failing like this, or whether you just constantly spawn in a crouched position, in this section we will get really nitty picky. So essentially you start off with 10 out of 10 in this section, but for each problem that there is, you get knocked down a score. So I'll just read you a couple of my problems. Problem number 1, sometimes the end screen game freezes. Yeah, again it's in beta, so I'll let them off that one. Scoreboard error. Okay, that was actually pretty annoying, so I'm going to have to penalise you for that one. Crouching when spawning, like I said a minute ago. Well, it's really irritating. Really irritating, so sorry, going to have to screw you down for that. Slow movement. I know I penalised you in the previous bit for this, but I got to penalise you again just to drum it into your heads. Speed it up a bit, speed it up. And the last one, can I penalise you for it? You know what, I'm not going to. I'm not going to penalise you for it. Not all the weapons are in the game yet, guys. I'm pretty gutted about this before getting out. I'm a massive LMG fan in support, whether it's on Battlefield, whether it's on Call of Duty, whether it's on PUBG, even though they don't even have any LMGs on PUBG. I just love being the support kind of guy. I like to give cover fire to my team. I can't do that with a rifle. I can ping some heads, but I can't give the support that I want to give to my fellow gameplays. So that's 3 problems. So we're going to knock that down, and we're going to give it a 7 out of 10. So that leaves us to the final score. If you're good like maths, unlike me, you would have figured it out already. I had to actually do some old school maths, yeah, like GCSE, but it's 37 out of 50. So the way that works, that's going to turn into 3.5 ninja stars out of 5. Thanks again, guys, for joining me today. This is my first one, so sorry if I come across really rushed and really hasty. I just feel a little bit awkward sat in front of the camera right now, But if you want to find more of these, I will be doing them towards 2018, I'm afraid, because we're obviously coming up to Christmas. And yes, this is a PlayStation jumper. Fucking awesome. So please hit that subscribe button for more Pretty Ninja content, whether it's our shenanigans live streams that we do from PS4 or even mobile gameplay and so on and so forth. And if you like this video, hit the like. If you didn't like this video, again, hit the dislike. I'm not afraid of you hitting that thumbs down arrow. I need to know whether you guys like this or not, because if I don't, I can't make any changes. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. If I don't see you beforehand, Merry Christmas and have a wonderful New Year. And I will see you guys in 2018, where this channel is going to be absolutely buzzing. So make sure you hit that subscribe button.